Hello guys and gals, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be the smallest book haul you've ever seen on this channel. It's actually, I haven't been buying books recently, mostly because I've been spending my money on food instead, but that's besides the point. The point is there's not that many, and it's also been a very long time since I've done a book haul. I think at least a couple months, and most of these were pretty affordable. I think, I don't know, to be honest, I didn't exceed the book budget. That's all that counts. So we have a total of like 8 books here, I think 8 or 9. Oh my god, 9 books. We have 9 books here, and this video is going to be super short. Just going to run through all of the books, kind of give you an idea of my current taste in literature. So first one is Honey by Imani Thompson. This one follows a woman who's a serial killer, or she's a professor. She's not a professor, or she's a PhD student, and she's a serial killer, and she starts killing like problematic men in her life, but eventually that starts becoming a problem for her. Either her crimes are catching up to her, or something from her past is coming back to haunt her. I can't really remember. Also, I've only read 3 of these books so far, so if I butcher the synopsis of anything, don't come for me, okay? It's not my fault. I wouldn't know. So yeah, the first book is Honey by Imani Thompson. Next we have, which there will be a reading vlog on this. It's either already up or it's about to be up, but we have Yesteryear by Carol Claire Burke. Where is she from? Is she British? No. Well, it doesn't say. Oh, it is published in Canada, so maybe she's Canadian. But this is Yesteryear. This is a very, 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 very popular book right now on the internet. It's a lady who, or the main plot is a lady who, on social media, she pretends she's about that trad wife life, you know, the cooking for her kids, making things from scratch, blah blah blah. Husband goes out, she stays at home all day, but one day she goes to sleep, and when she wakes up in the morning, she's actually living the life that she is cosplaying online, like back in like the 1800s or whatever. It's supposed to be funny, I think, and if it's not funny, it's supposed to be really, really well written regardless. This is about to be my next read. I'm gonna start reading this tonight, and there will be a reading vlog. It's either gonna be right before this or right after this. Whenever it comes out, I'll link it in the description box below. But I really, really hope this one is worth the hype. I even went out and I got it in the paperback with the ugly edges. I apologize. You're not ugly. You're just not my preferred style. Like, why would they do that? I don't understand. So this is the second book, Yesteryear. The third book is a series, basically. It is the first 3 books in the This Woven Kingdom series, and I have read all 3 of these already. I have the 4th one there, ready to read from the library, and the only reason I don't have the 4th one like owned is because I bought it in paperback, and that doesn't come out, I think, until August. So I'm waiting for my paperback version of that book. But this series is so good. Let me start from the beginning. First, I guess I can only tell you about the first one. Basically, there is, I don't know. Okay, so the main female character in this book is a long lost heir to like an old magical kingdom, and with her discovery, like people finding out that she's still alive, comes a lot of political unrest and a lot of like interesting relationships being formed because of her mysterious status as the long lost heir to the throne. And of course, it's a romantasy series, so there is a bit of a twist when it comes to the romance in there. It's very, very good. And yeah, I'm pretty sure in this first book we are introduced to her main love interest, which is the So she's a long lost heir, right? Which means like she's not really like publicized as the heir to her kingdom. She barely even thinks about it, but she lives in a place where they know of her, and this new place that she lives in is like a whole new kingdom with like their own monarchy and stuff. And the monarchy of the place that she lives in now, very much aware of that there is a long lost person, but she is falling in love with the son of the current monarch. I hope that makes sense. But anyways, that's all in the first book. And then I read the second book, which follows that. I can't tell you what the second book follows, nor can I tell you what the third book follows, but either way, these are beautiful. I cannot wait to read the fourth book and display them because they are beautiful. Yes, that's book 3, 4, and 5. Book 6 and 7 is these two books. It was a beautiful day on one random day off last week, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take like an hour or two and just go walk along Main Street. And so we walked along Main Street, and there was a used bookstore there. It's like a used bookstore, old bookstore. It's like everything I've ever dreamed of. I can only dream that my future library will look like that. My own personal future library will look like that. So went in there, and it was just a bunch of old books. I even saw some books that I've already read, but it was like, even smelled like old books. But anyways, I picked up these two books. These are the only, well, not really the only ones, but there was a bunch that I wanted, but I was like, let me chill out. Picked up these two. This one's called Sorry Bro, and I think it's like this girl, her mom is setting her up on this kind of experience where she's gonna be meeting men within her culture, and one of the other people who are in the thing ends up being like, they become like friends, but instead of them keeping the relationship platonic, it turns into a romantic relationship. So this one's called Sorry Bro. The next one is called The Love of My Life by Rosie Walsh. Never heard of this as either. I'm pretty sure that the main female character in this gets really sick, and her husband he writes obituaries, and so as a part of his job, he like does research into the people's lives, and he will, you know, write something very meaningful and stuff. So he's like researching his wife's life. Of course he knows her and stuff, you know, they've been together for however, they have kids, or a kid, I don't know how many. And as he's researching her life, he's learning that maybe nothing that he knows about her is true. So that's where we're going. I guess this is like a thriller, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, this came out in 2022. It's not that old, but it looks old. I don't know why. 2022. And the final two books actually just got on Amazon. The first one is The Heirs by Farida Abike. I love this lady's writing. I've read every single book she's read so far. The Heirs, I believe it's about like a group of 5 kids who are the heirs to their father's fortune, and one day when they're having like some kind of a party at their house, dad ends up dead. All of the heirs are now suspects in the father's murder. So I assume we're gonna go through a little tidbit of each person's life story, because this is not a long book. It's only maybe like 300 pages max, I think. Let me see, how many pages are you? Ooh, I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. Yeah, I see 287, so it's probably like 3 something pages. It's really thin. But I assume we're gonna go through each person's timeline leading up to the murder, and then we're gonna discover what happened to the dad. but this is very interesting. I love the writing. I love how the front page looks. And even in the back there's like a little this spot. I don't know what that's gonna be either. Then let's see what the I'm such a klutz. Oh, the naked hardback is blue. Interesting. I don't know why. I always expect them to be prettier, but they're never that pretty or like interesting. But I guess I would have to buy like a special edition book for that to happen, right? But that's not happening. Anyways, the heirs. And finally, we have the newest Christina Lauren book. Christina Ford. Which reminds me, when is the next Christina Lauren coming out? And the next Emily Henry. The next, the final book is the Christina Forrest book called The Summer Girlfriend. I don't know what this is about, but it's two black people on the front and they look in love. So, need I say more? I'll read the top part because I don't like to read this bottom part here. It says a fake summer fling between a stand-in girlfriend, fake flirting, fake dating, and a handsome business heir becomes way too real in this glittering new romance by Christina Forrest. After a chance meeting, Noelle and Jeremiah come to an agreement. He'll hire her to be his stand-in girlfriend for the weekend and she'll use those funds towards her tuition. She figures it will be easy, quick money, but as it turns out, Jeremiah's family is lovely and Jeremiah is even lovelier. That's such a sweet word to use. I don't really feel like men get described as lovely very often. My boyfriend is very lovely, but that's not really a word that we use to describe people very often, Soon, a weekend agreement becomes a contract for the entire summer, and Noelle and Jeremiah will have to keep their hearts in check or else it's sink or swim for both. Oh, this is gonna be lovely. I love this cover too. It reminds me of something, but I can't remember what. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a nice, fun, flirty romance for me to read this summer. So that's it for the haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was very short. Good on me for not buying a lot of books this time. And one of those was free. And by free, I mean my boyfriend gave it to me. And two of them, the two that I got from the used bookstore, two came to $12. So look at that. Look at me. Look at me. Doing better on the spending money on books. If only I could transfer that to be on food as well. Anyways,